Hey everybody. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And to everybody else, welcome back. This is kind of a short video, just updating, doing some channel updates and some project updates and so on and so forth. Last couple of weeks I've picked up quite a few new subscribers. So again, welcome, glad you're here. Which puts me right now at 485, so I'm within striking distance of 500 subscribers. And as I've mentioned several times in previous videos, when I hit that mark, I was going to do a giveaway. There you go. That's the prize. Working on channel stickers. I don't know if I'm going to have them done in time for the giveaway or not, but I got something in the works. But we've got a number of projects that have been languishing around here for quite a while. So let me give you some updates on those, and then we'll go from there. Well, you'll all remember this long languishing project, the Hercules. This has been sitting partially due to getting the funds together to send this off to rebuiltmags.com up in Minnesota and get this Webster oscillator rebuilt. Originally, I was playing around with the idea of getting everything together to create my own magnet charger, because these are deader than a doornail. They will not create any kind of a magnetic field to create juice. And I got to replace some of the guts inside, rewire, blah, blah, blah. Well, by the time I get a battery and build an apparatus, you know, and spend the money to do all of that, I might as well just send this thing off to Rebuilt Mags and have them do it for me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get Christmas over, which is coming up here in about 3 weeks. This is 2022. And then come January, I think I will mail this off to Rebuilt Mags, have them go through it, and then get this Hercules running. Because it's been sitting on the bench way too long. And so I think you're probably getting a gist of the theme I'm going for here. Clean up the backlog of unfinished projects. Yeah, that's the goal. Speaking of which, you all remember the contraption. I put this on hold due to lack of parts. And if you'll recall, this thing got hot, seized up, pistons roached, rod bearings are roached, they're all worn out. The bore is beautiful, I just need to hone it. I could not get parts for this thing anywhere. Well, I did a little more research and a little more snooping and found some maker's marks. And as it turns out, all of this is manufactured by the company Izumi. And Izumi makes parts for motorcycles. I mean, stuff all over the world is running Izumi pistons and all kinds of stuff. Well, apparently their manufacturing is sourced out of China. And with everything going on in China right now and COVID lockdowns and everything else, I cannot get parts, even though now I know who makes them, still can't get them. So crap. I want to get going on this contraption and get it done, because I'm thinking about, well, I already have the apparatus outside to create a hitch arrangement where I can pull the pump jack trailer with this in parades and shows. But I gotta have a viable powertrain on that. Which leads me to what I gave you a glimpse of in the video about the road trip to pick up the Worthington Golf Course tractor. The man behind the curtain. I tried to download that little video clip from The Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. I couldn't get it to work. So, yeah. What do we got here? Well, when I was on that road trip with Larry to pick up the Worthington, there was a a guy in Prescott, Arizona that dealt with used tractors and used engines and junk. Well, of course, I got attracted to the junk. And this is what I found. Genuine Chinesium, a Wu Ling, aka Wonton Fui. Yeah, and I got this for basically scrap price. It's got good compression, not stuck, no rod knocking or rattling. I pulled the dipstick and about gagged on the scent from the dipstick. Man, the oil in it is whoa. But there's no sludge. I pulled this cover off and could see everything inside, and rod caps and everything are tight. Nothing's loose. But boy, does it stink in that crankcase. So I got to drain all that crap out of it. I got to work on the fuel system. This, believe it or not, is a radiator. Somebody fabricated that because the hopper that came with this thing originally is long gone. So I got to figure out the fuel delivery system on this. The pump is here and everything is enclosed inside this. I think I'm going to have to, well, I know I'm going to have to. I'm going to pull the fuel tank off of that old Yanmar and figure out a way to mount it on this. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. You put power to the starter. It does spin over. However, the Bendix won't kick out and engage the flywheel. So it's either stuck or the spring is broken or I don't know, but it sure looks like the Chinese cloned an old Delco Remy starter. So I am going to try to adapt this. First, I got to get it running, and if I get it running and it's viable, then I am going to mount it on the contraption, and I'm going to have to beef up the front end because, as you can see, that's a lot bigger and a lot heavier than that old Yanmar. But hey, that's what fabric cobbling's all about. So yeah, I would like to get this long stalled contraption project working again because I want to clear space. I got overhead racks hiding there, and I'm going to go up there so I can get this junk here stored off the floor and up above to free up space to get my Farmall H in here and get working on that. That's my bucket list tractor, and I've let it languish for far too long. Oh, yes. And let's not forget, plumbing the pig. I'm this close. So I just need to get her done. So there will be a separate video coming on that when I get the grinder project wrapped up and mounted on here. We'll get to the pig, get it plumbed up, get it finished. Check that one off the list because a couple of years ago I said I was going to do a restoration on this Ridge Simplex vise. Ridge Tool Company Simplex vise, number 51. Well, it's been sitting out here on my outside workbench gathering patina. And I want to get this done. And I also picked up another vise. Gee, imagine that. Sorry, I'm walking around. Terrible camera work. I'm trying to emulate my friend Arco, Outlaw Edge, Minnesota Outlaw Customs. Look at this workbench. It's hideous. I got to clean it up. I got this little Craftsman 3-inch. Also needs a full restoration. And I think this is what I'm going to do refurb for this next idea, which I'm going to insert a picture of right now. What you saw in that photo was a cut down blacksmith post vise, like this one, with the leg cut off. And it was adapted with a bracket to mount on the hardy hole of an anvil and with cinch bolts to clamp it to the face. So if you're working here on the anvil and you really want to do something quick with a vise, you got the vise right there. That little nifty idea came from a gentleman named Ted, who is the fella that Larry bought the Worthington tractor from. And after we were all done with the tractor, loading it up, he very graciously gave us a tour of his shop, which I didn't video for privacy reasons. But man, he's got everything from soup to nuts. Little machine shop, excellent, beautiful blacksmith setup, metalworking, metal fab section, and all in a building about half the size as my shop. But he got it all organized and got it all fitting in there. So yeah, that's the plan. I believe the simplex vise is going to be too big for my little dinky anvil. However, that Craftsman vise sitting over there, it's a 3-inch. I think that will suffice for doing that. And I may arrange it to mount off the back instead of off the side. So I'll probably be doing a video on that soon once I get this other stuff caught up. And then the Camelback drill press that I drug home a little over a year ago. I did a video on that. You can go back into the archives and check. This was another road trip with Larry. To bring home vintage cast iron. This thing is just so cool. I need to drag it outside, pressure wash it, strip it down to parade rest, and start the refurb process. Yeah. This thing is just too cool to let sit here. I want to refurbish it into usable condition, which shouldn't take too much, but it's going to be time consuming because, you know, it's big and lots of parts. Yeah. So as you can see, the Scrap Whisperer has plenty of things to keep him busy around here. And last but not least, the Screenhouse project. This thing is essentially done. Actually, I would have had it completely finished a couple of months ago, but I've been holding out. I explained in previous videos in the playlist on this series about I'm going to line the inside with a welded wire mesh, closed mesh screen arrangement to keep the birds from getting in. And I could go down to the hardware store tomorrow and buy rolls of 1/2-inch mesh galvanized welded wire mesh fencing and line this with it and be done. However, you know, that's galvanized, won't get the rust patina that Nancy has been after. So I've been holding out, searching high and low for pre-rusted, used, surplus, scrap, 1/2-inch, 1/4-inch mesh, preferably 1/2-inch mesh welded wire fencing material to finish this with. That's been the only holdup, and I've really come up goose eggs with that. I don't want to use the galvanized stuff, and I don't want to buy new because that kind of defeats the whole purpose of this project, which is all done with scrap, salvage, and surplus material. So, yeah, this is the last big, huge project, and it's 90% done. Doors are built and hung. I just got to find the right rusty stuff to line the inside with, and then we'll declare victory on this. And then I'm going to take pictures, send it off to Farm Show magazine, including links to the YouTube playlist for this project, because I think they would like to feature that. Yeah, projects. Well, now you're all caught up with what's going on around here in the way of shop projects and the backlog of stuff that I'm trying to catch up on. So I'll be shooting videos of all of that. This weekend, it is December 10th, 2022, we have the Huachuca City annual Christmas parade. Power from the Past will be there. We're coming out in force, so I'll be shooting parade video highlights and some of the interesting iron that's going to be there in the way of old tractors and such, so that'll be fun. So I'm going to sign off now and say thanks for watching. And again, to the new subscribers, thanks for joining us. You're welcome to chime in the comments. We love bantering in the comments. And yeah, and as always, to my existing subscribers, thanks for hanging around. You all have a great day. Don't forget, when we hit 500 subscribers, I'll be doing the giveaway. That's coming up. So thanks again. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.